प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन व्यासेन कृतं मध्ये महाद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं द्वादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्धीते भवद्वेषिणीं व्यासविशालबुद्धे पत्रनेत्र पूर्णा प्रज्वालिः प्रपन्नपारित्रवेत्रैकपाणये कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। दुग्धा गोपालनन्दः वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता महत् वसुदेवसुजाणूरमर्दनम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणं गान्धारनीलोत्पलः भगवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला कर्णघोरमकरा सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवर्तकः केशवः रोजममलं गीतार्थं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधन सज्जन षट्पदैरहर मुदा भूयाद्भार प्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति लङ्घयते गिरिं परमानन्दमाधव रुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुत स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तव पदक्रमोपनिषदैर् ध्यानावस्थिताः पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुस्तेवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। We are studying the 18th chapter, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. The Vibhaga types of three characters common to all beings. Are Sattvika, Rajasika. Sattvika is the pure, Rajasika is engages oneself in, and Tamasika is where one becomes very lazy. These are the three characteristics which are common to everyone. So in the we are Sri Krishna says, yes, aprakasho mohayevacha tamasya kurunandana. When tamas means that which is very dominates, there is lack of, that is, knowledge is not. People whose intellect has been covered with ignorance or tamas. There is no sense of good. There is lack of intelligence, and there is lack of effort also. Act at all. Not means there is no the activities or that one person lazy or makes a person weak, lack of effort. Last time about Duryodhana's famous, that means Janami Dharmam, I know, not have any inclination to go to Dharmam. I know what is not pure, have any way doing that which is evil, that is, we find it. We know that is bad, but yet out of we will call it a force of habit, we find a kind of while doing that. That's why Sri Krishna says here that such to tamas, to this characteristic of the next one, he says pramadaha. Pramada means one does not care enough. See, people are traditionally inclined to forget. You remind them 100, 1,000 times, yet forgetting it. So because they care about it, they will keep it. For example, if our yes, we care about it very much now. Search for everything, but our umbrella we see sometimes here in the ashram going on downstairs for the children. You can go. So that is called as then another thing, that is own welfare. What is good, one only thinks about it. All of these are characteristics of tamas. Things, but Sri Krishna is reminding these things. If you have anyone, please try to amend yours. It's nothing but amend, trying to make a change. If we are always talking bad about the other, thinking bad about, we need to, it is time ourselves. Now, in the next few verses, the status who, after passing away, places. Yeah, because in Sri Krishna's time, Sri Krishna is giving the battlefield, soldiers, and thinking, what will happen to me because I am following my lead? This war, waging this war, what will happen to me? So Sri Krishna was aware of it, and therefore this life was very much, especially Sri Krishna lived ago, they thought about life was very much in, so they were always trying to think about what will happen to us after death. Vruddhetu pralaya tadottama vidam lo patyate. sattva is prevailing, predominant, one attains to the pure, the highest. So that is when you are, what happens? You will achieve or to a place exclusive to the that you will perform. One of the verses, Sri Krishna talks about having a pious family. See, born to a pious family, we must be fortunate because it happened. It comes lower lives. One is a pious family. You can make all to gain the sattvic nature, and slow sattva leads to jnana about it. So he says one predominantly, see, but one this so easily that has to be is not that easy to obtain. Ourselves very will come. If we want to have a pure cloth, then we need to and grease, hand grease, or of course now. So it needs to undergo part of this. One has to go through it. Our desires are obliterated. It will not be possible for us. Sattva. So he says, Sattvikam phalam. He will only have sattvika enjoy desires when one gets this kind of a sattva. And development, that is sattva. Seriously thinking of the name of the divine. See? Muraka, Hai Santane. Saint Kabir says, you want a good detergent, person who sells it, which sells it, that is, it's a sadhu. Sadhu means a entirely to the divine person. He will give you a detergent, that is to say, he will slowly and slowly be able to the rajas and tamas from you. So Sri Krishna, one death here does not merely mean the even in this present life itself, when the pleasures of the world or the attraction, the sattva will one will find that this place is a place of great joy. Sri Ramakrishna used a song, and he used to say, Niya Mojar Khoti. That means a place of joy, not enjoyment, but divine joy. If your mind, that makes you very sad, that itself you will see, and then you will find it as a play of the divine, as the divine. See, Sri was going from he was Dakshineshwar by carriage, and Yam, the author of the was with him, and Yam says Sri Ramakrishna is traveling and the through Chitpur Road in Calcutta, and he's dressed and all makeups, etc. They are standing outside, and then and said, "Oh mother," and he goes into samadhi. A divine person, he sees the best also. That is another character person. He sees word with the divine. Isha Vasyam Idam Sarme is covered with Brahman. Everything is covered with is yada sattve pravruddhe tu pralayam yati dehabrat tadot pratipadyate. So one attains to such place or the residence where you will stay. According to Bhagavatam, constantly of a particular to the loka of that particular. We monks of the Ram think that after when we pass away, we go to Ramakrishna Loka, where for eternity till happens. Uttama Loka, the best. Uttama. What happens to the person who Rajasi pralayam gat sujayate tatha mudhayo nishujayate? In this verse, the state of those people, as well as tamasic. Those who die are born among, and like tamas are born in without reason. Rajasi pralayam gatva. When a rajasic person passes, person who is very desirous of the external world, the things of the world, give up from the what happens to that person? Will be born in a place. That means he will be born in a place such desires or such feelings, trying to find out his past actions. According to some people, psychologists and all that, they say that some waiting for hundreds and thousands of human years until and unless body or a particular type of for them. So they will try to find to suit their requirements. This is what the tamasic person, even to tamas, will be issue in ignorance, where there is lack of knowledge and where habits. That means just like animals which act according to their instinct. Such people, even the Bhagavad Gita goes to the extent of into the lower being. Hinduism, which can say that one can go after death, because they have to work out their karma. karma when they were in. So that's what the other joke, a small story or a joke, that I had done some good deeds, passed on. He was a good person, a lot of desires within himself. So passed on, the Lord of Death came to him. We have orders. You have to heaven or to hell. He said, well, I don't know how hell looks, so let me have a tour and hell. This person goes to heaven, calm and quiet, peaceful, doing their own duties. They don't even person who is a newcomer, but they are happy within themselves, doing all their activities. There is nice scent of the things. Everything is okay, but there was something was missing over there. So he is. I have seen it's a nice place, no doubt, very clean. Let me go to the next one. Where? To hell. All right. Hell, there is an advice, and they garland him and all that, and they see he sees everything is engaged in fun, in making, in singing, as well as and doing all sorts. So, all of this, the Yamadut, that means the or the God, he says, where you are going to go. This hell is best. Okay, so you are given a room, and he goes and sleeps. He hears the cries of bachao, bachao, that means save me. He goes about, he opens his cauldron full of oil, and people are being all those fancy. So, and then some were. So he asks one of the guards, see, yesterday I and why is it that and here today there is so much of wailing everywhere? He said, saw the commercials. The same thing happens. We try to commercials, but once we get it, different also. A Rajasic person and a tamas towards the commercials. The things that really make any meaning in our life. Pralinas tamasi muda yonishu into the lives which over there is no doubt about that. To such lives. All these three gunas have a cause and effect relationship. So he says, karmana sukrutasyahu sat. rajasastu palam dukkha, tamasah palam, promote spirituality and purity, that is sattva, result in pain and the tamas dominated. So whatever what you do, you definitely get back. If when you do a without seeking any reward, that is the reward, even the gratitude, then what Sri Krishna is trying to idea over here, that if you then it will cloud your mind. Seeking any reward at all, your mind, it becomes very, and it also such a sattvika mind to understand the spiritual life or of the universe itself. The knowledge, unknown depths of knowledge. So this strong yukta and ayukta, and what is wrong, immediately they will be, and sattvika person also gets the strength and to perform good deeds. That's why when you see some great souls doing extraordinary, where they get such power, or where they get becoming sattvic, as more sattvic. Of course, those who are rajasic also energy, there is no doubt about that, but goes wrong, they are complete, as it were. But at all, when something good happens, they are not excited about it, they are not bothered about it. For them, work acts them, that is the idea. It joy and peace. But rajasic persons, shadow that falls one, shadow always follows. Wealth will come to such persons, but it will also be followed by happiness and misery, two sides of the same coin. Reject the other one if we want the. One has to reject both of them, both the joy and self in the or in being yourself. Being oneself is very, very. All our scriptures point out. Sukrutasyahu tamas results in so if such a person goes deeper and deeper, struggles, once he gets hurt, does not forward. That is the idea. Vichara or discrimination is such a person. Ajnanam tamasah phala. Then in the next verse, it's about the effects of rajas and tamas. Sat jnanam rajas pramada mohau tamaso bhavato. From sattva and from rajas, negligence, delusion, and also ignorance. tamas. Sattva leads to luminous. Clarity of mind comes to a sattva, what is called as the dhi. Gayatri mantra, prachodayat. To awaken this dhi. How will that dhi be awakened? And when mind becomes pure. See, not just by chanting, but by meditating upon it and say, make me purer. Observe. One of the methods of meditation, assume or we are pure being. Of ourselves as pure. If you think of yourself impure, you will become what you become. So that's why he says that from sattva, pure buddhi will come. It itself will guide us in the path of cessation of sorrows. So, characteristics of they will develop a keen sense of absorption, grasp everything, all these higher. Otherwise, if it's a clouded, the higher thoughts, know about it. So, what is the status of a greedy person? Lobha does not earns, be it power or position. No. Right for everything. First, me first. Me. A Rajasic person has. And when people who have the similar conflict with, because every person wants it for any contentment, without any sense of enough, is person is always restless, any peace at all. So a sick person, such a person keeps on making mistakes, but does not want to change. No intention within one such person. Such a people are in darkness. The light switch nearby, but they will not put on the light just to go and switch on the. Happy just to be in. Just like any animal, they are just an animal. They work with their instinct. Any higher aspirations, even delusion, negligence, delusion, and ignorance. With the others, he just three characteristics of them. What is it? Negligence. They don't. Delusion. They are their own mud, like the pig does. It means they just want to do. Is higher. That is the products of tamas. About the who go forward. Satvastha madhye tishthanti rajasa adho gachanti tamasaha. Those evolve to higher goals. Those abiding in rajas remain in the mid-course. Steeped in evil, dominated ones deep through development or through practicing or through as our measuring yard. When one can travel here, but whereas the Rajasika person does not want to go higher, or she is, whereas the of a person of tamas takes a nosedive, as it were, goes. Madhye tishtanti rajasaha jaganya gunavrittista. Steep, because they are steep. It will take many lives for such people to sattvic. Whereas a rajasic person still chance of going. Sattvic person keeps on ladder of religion. That is the idea that his Sri Krishna gives here. Anyam gunebhyah kart gunebhyascha param vetti madbhavam. When the jiva, the Samas alone as the agent and himself as transcending the means to my state. It's a wonderful has given to us. When the seer beholds everything, yada drashta anupashya, what happens? Sees that due to the play of the gunas, of the universe in this world, all the three guna sattva ultimately come from Prakriti or from the. So he sees of the three gunas, enjoys the play, does not get involved by the play of the universe. Not that he does not have compassion towards everyone, but ultimately is the play of. It before here that his very favorite nephew Akshay, Sri Ramakrishna was Sri Ramakrishna's own child. He lived with Sri Ramakrishna for. He went to the way Kamar. Sri Ramakrishna, and suddenly his mind goes somewhere, clapping his hands, and he starts looking up, great joy, and after some time, when somebody asks why suddenly this, he says, well, I saw no telephones or any communication. So, but he experienced it. He says, that means his nephew's soul soaring higher and upwards and upwards. That is towards perfection. It's going I was so full. But after some time, Sri Ramakrishna, when normal plane, he starts crying for Akshay. You see, so much he is both of that. One as his very own. He sees Akshay is no more. That one he cannot see him again. That his soul has got released. What a joy to see. Passing on with great differences. To the human level, he sees how the Akshay was very near. At the same time, he sees that Akshay has achieved perfection, or it has gone to another. The play of the gunas is not important, but it is the soul. Param vetti, Sri Krishna says here, gunebhyascha param vetti. Beyond the function of the gunas. See, one of the examples stock our Vedanta literature is that of Ghata and Mathakasha. Ghata means the space inside. So, or you can take, you pour water the pot, and then it has got a volume over there, etc. Now the pot that mingles with. Similarly, Ghata, this body, as long as within a frame, has got a value, but when its boundaries are broken, and it becomes one with universe itself. So gunas are like the pot. Some are big, some are small, some are beautiful, some are not. So, but all of these, the essence in them is they may be, colors may be different, all of them have one thing in common, that it is all nothing but one, that the akasha or the space is common to everything. That is what Sri Krishna is trying to say. Mad bhavam saha adhigacchati, is who goes away sattva level state after breaking all of, just merges in myself. Divine. Me here means Brahmanhood. Sri Krishna, Anatityattin trin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu chara dukkha. The embodied spirit, the jiva, having transcended prang, gains deliverance, birth, death and old age, and attains to immortality. Also means that a person, if a person has the realization while closed within this body, also one goes beyond the hold of the gunas. One will take for performing certain actions, for dealing with the world, but God also, when as a human being, as an avatara, as an incarnation, behaves just like ordinary. Sri Rama wept for Sita. then Sri Krishna had to perform, not be considered to be very today's world, but yet for the sake of achieving certain outcomes, that's all attached to those outcomes. Kalyana, that is for the welfare of the universe, also may come. So God descends, so God comes down so that him. So here we will take up the next verse. A question next Sunday. Bhujagasayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vrisham Meghavarnam Shubham Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogiradhyanagamyam Yaharam Sarvalokai. Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ram Krishnarpanamastu.